It is the RIOT on RadioU. Happy Monday. It's October 24th. Nikki is back, and I'm about to leave.
That's it. You're
This
gone
is it.
tomorrow and Wednesday, which means you have a really short week.
Yeah, but it's like it's a donut week.
What's that mean?
Well,
You never really get to have any fun.
Oh, because it's in between. I see. Not attached to a weekend.
There's a hole in the middle, but
Well, why don't you talk to your family, which is why you're taking time off, for your parents coming in, that they need to next time plan a little better. Or is it your grandparents coming also?
it's all of them. Yeah,
It's all of them?
The whole fam. It's going to be such a fun time for you.
Are
Are
they
you
staying
excited?
with you?
No.
Oh, that's better.
I can't. I can't manage that many people. I can barely manage myself.
Well, I know, but that's usually why it is so hard to have family in.
Because they're all sleeping on your couch in the guest bedroom all over the place.
And you can't do that to grandma.
No way.
I recommended. They got a hotel. I recommended one 45 minutes away.
There you go.
No, I'm just kidding. No, I can't wait to see him. It's going to be fun.
Okay. I feel like you're just adding that in. That's all right.
Well, today on the show, we talked about kicking it off with cool Tupperware.
Yeah, they're trying to make it cool again. Tupperware.
Was it ever cool?
It was.
No, it's more like was it in the 70s or 80s? When did you say? But I think it's just a
probably
long
around
time
that
ago.
time. Yeah, long before we were around. Our grandparents, I guess, used to sit around and invite their friends over and sell them Tupperware.
Seems so lame.
It was a different time. They didn't have 7 streaming services.
Just imagine you know how you always bring in your food in styrofoam and like leftover boxes.
Yes.
Imagine if you put it in a reusable one and you could just bring that with you to the restaurant. Just be like, here, I'm putting the food in this.
Put it in here.
And you'd be so cool.
And you had to buy it at a party.
Oh, gosh.
I know, that's the weirdest part. I have a lot of Tupperware. It's one of those things that you just kind of like accrue over time.
Yeah.
Like your family, like whenever you go home from like your parents' house, they'll be like, oh, take some leftovers with you.
That's what
and then
it
I
is.
keep on ending up with more and more in my cabinet with less and less room for it. And I mean, I'm obviously tired of it, as everybody is, of being like cluttered in there. The lids never fit them. So for me, not a big fan of Tupperware.
I was about to bring
But the
that
question is, do you have actual Tupperware?
up. I can't imagine that.
Because I
do you
think none of us have Tupperware. We
It's just
don't
what we
have
call it.
we don't have the brand name.
Oh, there's
Like,
a
we
brand name Tupperware?
That's the thing.
That's the
Yeah.
one that's at the parties and stuff, but now they're trying to branch out. But yeah, well, you probably have like the Kroger brand. Or
Yeah, I
whatever.
probably do, yeah.
But I want to go back to the lids not fitting thing. How does that even happen?
I don't know.
Because when
I
you
really
get
don't
it, the
know.
lids
Universal?
fit. We were trying to come up with things that Tupperware could do to make themselves cool. What if the lids were universal and it's
But
just how tall the container is?
I think most places they don't all fit the same because they want you to constantly have to go back to getting more.
Buy new ones.
somewhere somehow.
Yeah, and I would never throw out, even though the lids never fit and the like I never throw it out, even if it's the moldiest thing in my fridge.
You never know when you'll
I'll
need
still
it.
wash it out. Yeah, because you never know. You
You
never, know
never
when
need it. You never really
never
need
know
it.
when you might need to put something else in the fridge to get moldy.
That
next
is true.
time.
Well, we also talked about a man whose girlfriend, not the cleanliest of the crew.
Yeah.
Best way to describe her. Dirty
But
girl.
Do you bring it up to someone? Because even this could be with your roommates and stuff. Like if you have someone around you in your life and you found out that they're not showering at this point every 2 weeks, do you mention that, or is that going to ruin what delicate balance you have already?
It is. Do you have to wait till the end of the lease? The lease comes up. And then
Oh,
you're like,
yeah. Come on.
And this whole time I thought you've smelled bad.
If you have a
know.
smell to you, that's like the worst part. If you don't shower regularly, whatever, but you don't smell bad, whatever, that's
Let
fine.
me ask you this. How many times would you have to pick up a smell on somebody before you started talking to them about it?
Oh, never.
you
I would
say never?
I would never.
No, I was going to say 2 consecutive days.
2 days in a row?
2 days in a
move
row.
out
If Andrew,
first.
your roommate,
I'd be
stunk
like, dude,
for
but yeah,
2
if
days.
Andrew smelled bad 2 days in a row, I'd for sure say something. Maybe
you guys
one
have
day.
that kind of relationship?
If it was like maybe over an hour, if he kept on coming around, I'd be like, dude, You stink. You smell terrible.
Yeah, try that with your next girlfriend. Let's see how
Hey,
that
you know what?
goes.
If it's 2 consecutive days, I'm like, you know what? You're giving me this weird odor. Is that Jim? Why is Jim that smells so bad?
You could
I
just
guess
drop hints.
You could also just play it off like it's you. You know,
Yeah.
like maybe you turn it around and you say like, "Oh my gosh, I think I smell. I must be smelling," and then they'll think, "Oh no, it's
yeah,
me."
there you
Yeah, that's a
go.
good
But
line.
then
That's a good
you're
one.
being a little extra aware and
I
being
like
kind
it.
by not blaming them, and then maybe they'll catch on like you're noticing
That's
something.
That's
good.
good.
I'm
You
glad
sniff
we
me. Do I smell bad? Just
Yeah,
come over here. Smell me.
yes.
Smell
glad we
me.
got to talk
And
to
She's
then
like,
you're
no, you don't smell bad.
You're like, I
I'm
know I smell bad. I smell something on me, and then it's still you could maybe salvage the relationship.
Oh,
Shit
it's
talking.
you that's making me smell bad.
Don't do that. That's too far. That's
Must
too
not
far.
be me.
Nikki, I'm appreciative of your perspective on this, and I have one more question because it's something that we talked about on Friday without you. And
You
I
don't
thought-
smell that bad.
No,
If that's what it was.
not it. We aren't going to
Him or me?
get to that. But we were talking about onesies
Yeah.
for adults.
Yeah,
What do you think about those?
Like a bodysuit.
Yeah,
people call them.
bodysuits. I guess they're called.
the tight ones or
Yeah, the
like
tight
Yeah,
ones.
so that you don't have to tuck in your shirt, and they're supposed to like
a full body suit or just the shirt ones.
The shirt ones is
shirt,
what we're looking
yeah.
at. Because they're out for
Shirt-
men now.
shirt to
Oh,
crotch.
they are?
They are.
Well, that's
With the collared shirt.
I don't know.
Yeah, like a polo onesie.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
It'd
don't
be
think
funny because you wouldn't know that I'm wearing it. I could be wearing it right now. You'd have no
No,
idea.
'cause if
That's
you
the
wear
best
one-
part.
Sometimes people wear them, but they don't snap them. And
Oh,
so,
yeah.
Like
What?
if
In the
you're-
back, you can see it. You can see it. I know exactly what you're talking about. You can see it in the back.
You never know. I don't know about that. That might be a trend that comes and goes.
Yeah, well, apparently it's in for the ladies, so we wanted to get your perspective.
Dang, if
on it.
only your birthday hadn't already passed. That'd be such a great gift for you.
Christmas is coming.
Christmas is coming.
I
Hey,
got you a holiday bodysuit.
You know what? I don't want like a onesie bodysuit, but if you guys get me like big footy pajamas, I'll take
Well, see,
them.
that's what I think, because onesie is where it's like your legs as well, and
Yeah.
that's a bodysuit. But you're just
So
talking.
what do you call it then?
Well, it'd be a bodysuit, but not like a onesie.
full one.
A onesie's almost like the pajama style.
I do love a good onesie.
That works.
I love a good onesie.
And
But
I
a
think-
bodysuit, I could go for it.
I think people end up liking onesies because you remember when you were like back to a baby or something. It makes you feel good.
I don't know. I feel like it would be tight. Like
Well, it
you-
just depends if you
feel
get.
like-
Yeah, it's got to be fitting you right.
I just feel like if you're buttoning something between your legs,
Mm-hmm.
it just feels like your shoulders would be like, I don't know, just
Well, don't think about it.
Yeah, I don't
All
want to
right?
think. It's
You
not for me. that's
Don't
for
let it
sure.
ruin your day.
I'll try it. If it gets me out of a pair of underwear, I'm willing to try it.
And don't leave. Okay, Hudson, don't leave me with Isaiah
Oh,
tomorrow.
you guys are gonna have fun.
It's the worst of the riot on Radio U.
Do you have any Tupperware?
So like Tupperware though is like what's it? It's like Jello, right? It's
What do you
just what
mean?
everybody calls just containers.
Yeah.
Even though I think there is a brand called Tupperware.
There is a brand called Tupperware. I don't know. Do you think everybody calls it Tupperware? Is that like an old people thing?
Well, I don't know. I just remember
Because-
my mom calling it that. It was just always Tupperware.
Yeah. So do you have any?
Officially licensed?
Yeah.
Probably not at this
Oh,
point.
okay. Darn
I don't know if she gave me any when you move out.
Tupperware
Is it
it's-
expensive or?
I would imagine so, and I'll tell you why. Because I didn't realize this. I'm like you. Tupperware is just what you call the containers that you put like microwavable, right? And they're for leftovers or whatever.
Sure.
You put them in the fridge. And that's just what you call it. But most of us don't have Tupperware, I don't think. Most of us Gen Zers and millennials, we don't have Tupperware. We have Gladware, like the company Glad.
Sure.
Or Kroger Home Essentials Ware
Yeah.
or something like that. But Tupperware is the actual brand. And the reason I think it's more expensive is because up until very recently, the only way you could get it is by attending a Tupperware party.
Oh, really?
Yeah, did your mom ever have those?
Oh, I don't know. Oh, I don't even think I realized that.
Your mom ever do any of those things where she has
think
all
my
her
mom
friends
did the
over and she
makeup
sold
thing.
stuff? Makeup, like
yeah,
Mary Kay?
I remember
Oh.
once she had a jewelry party, and I think I liked that
Mary
one.
Kay has a scrub that'll fix your hands right up. It'll really take care of you. And the mask for your face.
Yeah,
Oh,
I just
man.
remember being like,
never
why-
felt anything like it.
I was like, Mom, why are your friends coming over? What are we doing?
Well, Tupperware was like that, where you'd have to have parties, and a bunch of the gals usually would come over, and you'd show them the catalog, you'd have some display items, and you probably, if you did, you had like a garage full of the Tupperware that you're trying to get rid of. But now Tupperware, obviously that's a thing of the past, right? Who wants to have parties where they sell stuff to their friends?
We can't do that.
Now you either do it through Facebook message or Tupperware is trying to branch out. They're trying to be cooler for Gen Z and millennials. They're trying to make it a thing that not your grandma or your mom was into, but that you'll be into.
So they're going to sell outside of parties now?
They're trying to branch out. You will find Tupperware on the shelves at Target.
Well, that's a smart choice.
Yeah, Target, right?
I ain't going to Target. I just can't have a party.
Yeah, that's even though you'll wind up spending even more money at Target.
It doesn't matter. I just can't invite people over.
Yeah,
I just can't.
Oh, for sure. And you wouldn't want to go to somebody else's house either.
We can't.
So Tupperware is just trying to find ways, obviously making it more accessible, but also trying to make it cooler for that's how they say it. They say we're trying to be cooler.
That's what they think.
What would you do if you're Tupperware? What are some things you would do to make Tupperware cool for younger generations?
It would have to be really cheap, like really inexpensive.
Yeah, but what if it's like the luxury dinner a leftover container?
Listen, it's hard enough for us to care about the food in the fridge that I don't even need to care about what I'm putting in.
So maybe if you put it in a really appealing Tupperware container versus that old Gladware, maybe you would be more likely to eat it.
Well, I think they're going to just have to, just realize that the logoing, the branding, the look of it, they'll have to have a certain style.
Yeah, maybe make like your Tupperwares, you can make them like customizable so they can reflect your personality. You can have like different skins for them and stuff.
That sounds expensive. That sounds like more money then.
I know, but if you sell it as like an upgrade and like, you could give the Tupperware away for free, but if you want skins for it,
you have to have that.
Yeah, like kind of like a Fortnite type thing.
Well, I don't know, honestly, Tupperware,
that's
what you would
the kids
have
are
to
into.
do. They say that the company has had a pretty big drop in sales. In recent years. So they say that COVID, lockdowns,
Oh, sure. Blame it on the COVID.
different marketing, like for different countries having bigger hits with that, for just overall spending because of inflation, that we barely store our food.
Well, only time will tell if Tupperware can reorient themselves and make themselves appealing to a younger generation.
If not, if it's still worth something, that's when you go ask your mom, like, hey, do you have any? And then you resell it.
That's right. You got to learn all the hacks of how to get the spaghetti sauce stains out.
And here's a nice hint.
Resell it on eBay.
If you ever have leftovers, have you ever tried this? What I do, I just put it in a baggie. I just put it in that.
Or you could do what I do.
What?
Scrape them into the trash.
There you go.
Yeah.
You don't need leftovers.
I got enough money. I'll go buy new food.
This is Radio U's Worst of the Riot.
If you're in a relationship, one of the big steps, right, that I don't think you could ever be fully prepared for is when you go from you're just dating to the eventual day where you have to live together.
Yeah.
Like most relationships, if you want to continue them on forever, it hits that point. But
if you think they annoy you before.
Exactly.
You have to realize they might annoy you when you're living with them.
And listen to this. There's just things that you learn once you move in with somebody. This isn't even like dating. This is just life. Like you have friends, but you don't realize there's things you don't learn about them until you're actually living with them. We have a guy who moved in with his girlfriend. And once they moved in together, he realized that she only showers once every 2 weeks.
Oh, wow.
And so he says he was repulsed to find that out.
Really?
Yeah.
But he never realized ahead of time?
He never realized before, while the whole time they were going out, is only once they moved in together where he came to realize, wait, you're not showering.
But don't you think he would have noticed the smell ahead of time if it really
was a problem, right?
But then now that he knew, he just can't get that out of his mind.
Yeah. Listen to this, Nikki. He and his girlfriend have been going out for 3 years.
Oh, wow.
3 years, and he didn't realize that she only showered once every 2 weeks until
Maybe they only
finally
dated
moved
every
in.
2 weeks.
She only showered
like
for
right
the day.
before.
Yeah, or I don't know. I'm trying to read into this a little more, but like, what if there's something shortly before they moved in, and she was just like, you know what? I probably don't need to shower as much anymore.
Well, some people, I'll tell you, don't shower as often, but they shower, but they don't like wash their hair.
Mm-hmm.
But it seems like this is a case of not actually showering at all. And some people have trouble with that. Some people just get a little bit depressed and they don't want to.
Yeah. Some people can, I think, thrive on not showering. Like they just have.
Like how long can you go?
Yeah, because different people. The real reason you shower, right? Well, I mean, it depends on the person, but the necessity of showering is so that you don't start to stink.
Mm-hmm.
But different people stink at different levels naturally.
Right.
So there's some people I'm sure out there that just don't need to shower as much. Apparently, that's not the case in this situation, though, because he says that occasionally when they were going out, she would have bad BO, but that's a human thing. And that's, it's very nice of him to look past that. I don't know if I could do the same if that was a recurring thing. But he
didn't know why, though.
Yeah, and he said he figured that she probably, now knowing what he knows now, he figured he took her occasional shower before they would go out, like you said. But after they've been living together for a few months and he had caught on that like she's stinking a lot when I'm around her and she's only showering every 2 weeks, then he had to step in and he had to actually say something.
Well,
which it's a good thing in a relationship. You can do express your feelings sometimes.
But tread carefully because you can't. I don't think you can win that one. Either way, even if you're trying to gently do it, you're going to still come off wrong.
He said he was sleeping
bad.
on the couch because she smelled so bad.
Aw, she must just have a thing. Some people just don't want to.
Yeah.
They don't want to shower.
I wonder why though. It's so. I was going to say
it could be a real depression thing.
There's I think. I'm not a licensed doctor or, anything like that, therapist.
But you are on the radio.
But one of the best things you could do if you are depressed, take a shower. Oh,
not
it feels
for everybody.
So good.
Like, it's just too overwhelming.
It'll make you feel better.
Well, I agree, but
just stay in there as long as you need to.
But either way, if you just, I don't even know if you could ever win that one. Just, I don't know if you say something. I don't know.
I don't know. Do you think there's ever a way like guys and gals could have in a relationship where it's like, hey, we're breaking up, but here's what I want to let you know so that because I want to wish you the best in the future, maybe you might have better luck in the future if you shower more frequently.
Oh, good luck to you on that.
Yeah, I mean, you're breaking up anyways. You might as well. You're helping. You're being helpful.
If that's your parting shot, it's going to be bad.
If she was depressed before.
You don't want to do that to somebody.
This is the Riot Radio U.
The World Series matchup is set. That was quick, wasn't it?
Well, I thought we were supposed to have more games than that. Did someone not do so well?
Yeah, we skipped a couple.
We
it
did.
felt like with the Guardians, it took a while.
Yeah. They actually were able to put up a challenge against the New York Yankees, which is the Yankees wish they could say the same for the Astros. They got swept. Listen to this, Nikki. 4 games in a row they lost.
Okay.
4-0.
To the Astros?
To the Astros. Yeah.
So does that mean the Guardians could never be the Astros?
No, that's not what that means. It may have been a better matchup. Who knows?
Yeah, I think they probably would have been. They probably still would have lost. But yeah, we could talk about how the Astros swept the Yankees and the Phillies got a 4-1 series win over the San Diego Padres. So we have the Astros and Phillies. We could talk about how they get to play each other in the World Series. That doesn't start till Friday. How about we just bask in the glow of the Yankees getting swept?
Are you so excited about that?
Yeah. The Yankees fans were booing Aaron Judge.
Aww.
Who plays
Hudson
for
hates
the Yankees. I hate the Yankees.
Isaiah, what are you? Just more indifferent?
Meh. I mean, nobody likes the Yankees. I don't really hate them. Obviously, they knocked out the Guardians, so I have a little bit more disdain for them. But there's no true teams in Major League Baseball that I really have a hatred for.
Yeah. So do you think you're going to watch any of the World Series, either of you?
No, I won't watch any of it.
Mm-mm.
Even though it might win you a free Doritos Locos taco from Taco Bell?
Oh, no.
Because you don't even have to watch it to win. That's
true. That is true.
Taco Bell's like, thanks, Isaiah. That's a good point.
Of course.
That's true.
Let me ask you this then, because the Yankees are up there. They're definitely top 3 of teams that I enjoy seeing lose. Do you have a team that you specifically, you would potentially even watch, even though that you don't like them, you hate them, a team you would watch to watch them lose?
The Pittsburgh Steelers.
Oh,
yeah.
Is that
So
it?
did you watch last night?
I did watch last night.
Yeah. What about you, Nikki? Are you filled with as much hate as Isaiah and I?
No, and it's shocking because I feel like you are for a lot of teams.
Yeah, Hudson's you are very negative on some teams. You know the teams you hate a lot. I mean, for me, it's Pittsburgh, Michigan, obviously. I'm not a big Michigan fan, as I'm a Buckeyes fan. And then the only other one would probably be the Golden State Warriors.
Yeah.
Can't do it after what they did to my Cavs.
Do you think it feels better to watch one of those teams lose or your team win?
Oh, my team win.
You think?
Oh, yeah.
For sure.
How mature of a response is
I know,
that?
it has to be my team win.
I don't know.
Absolutely.
I think it's more satisfying to watch.
You think so?
I think it's.
I would have taken a Browns win yesterday over any other team losing.
Well,
for sure.
I don't know. I get, especially when the other team is actually good, like the Warriors. It feels so good
When they lose?
Yeah, doesn't it?
Yeah, it feels good when they lose, but like a Cavs win is always better. Like if I would rather have Ohio State lose this Saturday or Michigan lose, I'm picking Ohio State like winning for sure. There's no way.
Now, why don't you watch sports though? Like I would. I get so excited about both teams doing their best job ever.
Oh,
Because like
who wants
everybody's
to do
trying
that?
very hard.
Who
here.
wants to do
Very
that?
hard, and no one's going to be mean afterwards to either side.
Well, if you want to do that, why don't you just go watch like children play soccer at the park?
Is that
Yeah.
That gets
Actually,
intense.
That's
It's
where you
usually
can
the
take
parents.
that attitude.
I
The
think
parents
that-
get it going there.
I think there's more words of flying
Yeah.
when it comes to that than Aaron Rodgers.
Well, all of a sudden we are not even talking about the World Series anymore, which shows our interest in it, unfortunately.
No, I'll watch maybe some of the clips at the end.
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
We'll see.
That's good enough. But you want to, I mean, it doesn't start for a whole week, which is kind of weird, but you guys want to make a pick, Phillies or Astros?
Ooh, someone go first.
I picked the Phillies because
Phillies?
I have disdain for the Astros because they cheated.
Okay.
But what if they cheat to win again?
Then I just have even more disdain for them.
I love a good cheesesteak, so I'll go with Phillies.
There
we go.
Dang it.
That means you got the Astros.
No, I'm picking the Phillies
Hudson's
also.
got
I've
the
been on the Phillies
Astros.
bandwagon for, actually, I correctly
don't say that.
I correctly predicted that this would be the World Series. You can go back and check the tape.
Nothing's more annoying
no,
than
you
the
said
person's
LA.
like,
I
I'm
did not say
always
LA.
loving it.
I said
No,
it'd be
you
the
said
Phillies or the
LA.
Astros.
No.
And I think the Phillies will win,
All right, we're all three going for them.
even though I might not have said that initially.
Hudson, Nikki, The Riot on Radio U.
Now, check this out. We have a new company in Russia that is offering to give you a funeral while you're still alive.
Oh, to see what it's like?
Yeah.
Oh, that's awful.
You think?
Well, yeah. I mean, I know, like, I feel like it's been in movies where you want to know what people think about you, and so you fake dying or something, and
Yeah.
then you can see at the funeral who really loved you or not, or who missed you.
Yeah.
But I mean, not like actually doing that.
That's this company. They offer two different options for you. One is the online only option, which that is only going to run you about
Zoom funeral.
Zoom funeral, which that doesn't seem like that would do a lot to help you out, would it? That is $15,000. They say that will help with, that is like stress therapy for fears and anxieties somehow. Don't know exactly how. But then if you want to go all out, you could go with the full immersion funeral, where you will actually get a full religious ceremony and you will get buried alive for up to an hour.
No, thank you.
Why
Now it
not?
got way worse.
Why not?
So, like, you could have people around the gravesite or something, and you're buried in a box.
I guess so. And then you're supposed to come out and basically with a renewed purpose and desire to live.
No.
It's supposed
You
to be-
can
it's
teach me in other ways.
therapeutic.
No, I know I could learn in other ways. This seems drastic.
You know what? You just have too much desire to live already.
I guess
We're going to have to crush that a
I
little
don't
bit.
want that. I don't want to be in a box.
Before this is something that's a viable option for you. But I actually, you know, I can't afford the price tag, $57,000. That feels like a lot, but I do think it would be very nice for me to have a funeral and have so many people around giving
Say nice things.
saying nice things, and I don't even have to acknowledge them.
Well, I can
That's
set
the
that up.
ideal world for me.
You want me to set that up for your next birthday, but I'm not doing the burying you alive thing. And it's just going to be nice words. We can have that every day. Let's go ahead and say
Yeah, but
something
if I'm
nice.
alive, then
Yeah.
I have to say thank you and awkwardly accept the compliment.
I'll do
Act
it
like
back.
I don't hear them all the time. I would like to get a compliment just from a large group of people where they're all
Who are
crying,
shocked that you died.
and where I can stand there with my eyes closed and act like I'm not there.
Well, that's $15,000 from this company.
All right, I'll take
So,
that. I'll take it.
I think I'm going to pass on both, and this seems awful. And what a job to work at.
Yeah, it'd be fun to be the person doing the burying.
No, can you imagine the trauma like every time?
Well, it would be no, but listen, if you're burying real people or people that are actually dead, that'd be sad. But you're burying somebody who's alive, so it's just like whatever.
Yeah, but they're going to have like the person's
Except
being
there'd be a lot of-
buried. they're going to have like a moment. There's going to be a lot of crying.
You think?
And like you have to watch all that trauma every time.
And then they come out renewed.
Ugh.
With a whole new purpose.
Can't you just take a vacation? Just like, take a few days off?
We can't afford a vacation. We can only afford to get buried alive.
We also can't afford that. That's horrible.
The Riot with Hudson and Nikki on Radio U.
Get a load of this girl in Marion County, Florida. She's 14 years old. She allegedly stole $13,500 from her grandma.
Aw, like cash?
Yeah.
So grandma doesn't believe in banks, maybe?
I don't know. It sounds like, here's the story. Supposedly, the grandma had this money in a safe somewhere. And so the girl was able to get this money out of the safe somehow. And then you know what she did with it?
What'd she do?
She started handing it out to classmates at her school.
Ooh, what a day to go to school.
No.
Yeah, right?
Can you ask for that back, or how does that work?
That is what the people are. That is what the mother of the daughter. It sounds like, or yeah, like people are. That's what they're trying to do.
They're trying to get
the money back.
Aww.
Apparently, it all came crashing down because one of her goody two shoes classmates said. When the money was offered to her, she said, "No, it's got to be stolen. I don't want nothing to do with it." And then she went and talked to her parents. And
then it just all
they squealed.
there.
She squealed, and now everybody's got to give that money
something?
back.
Let's hear it.
That probably would have been me.
It would have been you.
Yeah.
Nikki is a tattletale.
Just because, I would have been more worried, like, hey, whose actual money is this? But it seems like
Not
the
your
girl,
problem.
Yeah, it will become your problem.
Isaiah, after we get that money, let's not give it to
You're
Nikki.
not.
Clearly. When the 13.
I'll
How
find
old is this
out.
girl? She's 13?
14.
14. Dang, she's too old. She's too old. She should know better by
What do you
14.
mean?
I think she was trying to get some friends, though,
Yeah, that's what it
because
sounds like.
they said she was going up to people and asking if they wanted $100. And
14?
I think that kind of more like, just trying to get some friends, and you're using $13,000 to do that.
That's impressive that she was willing to give it away, though. Because if it was me, I wouldn't even, Isaiah, I'm not even giving you any money when I steal it.
I assumed this was like a 6-year-old. I assumed this was like a 6-year-old doing this.
You think a 6-year-old could crack a safe?
See, I wasn't sure what exactly the story was, but when she said they were just handing out $13,000, I assumed it was a little kid.
Well,
14 years old, this is too old to be doing this.
They don't
Way
say,
too
though,
old.
like how much of the almost $14,000 she
Yeah.
gave away, but it's enough to where they say that everybody's feeling really bad for the family because it's devastating to them, and they hope that they can recover as much of the money as possible.
Yeah. Well, that'd be a tough spot to be. If you're like another 14-year-old child, it's not like if you have the $100, you very likely would have just spent it already.
Yeah.
And you probably don't have another $100 that you're like, oh, okay, no big deal. I'll just give you another one of my $100. I mean, at any age, that's a lot to expect, particularly at 14.
They ask you, and you're like, why did she say she gave me one?
Yeah, did she say she gave me a hundo?
No.
Was I one of the people on the list? It says here, too, it says that one of the kids that she had handed money to brought back $500 of it to the school's reception. Another student handed in $200, and it said that in the backpack, after she handed out all the money, she still had $2,500 left.
Nice.
Well, that means she gave away like over $10,000.
Well, if she took it all, who
Dang.
knows?
Dang.
So the 14-year-old is facing felony charges for grand theft.
Oh, come on.
Because she was given $2,000 bond, which sounds like she had that in her
Apparently,
backpack
Yeah, she's
still.
packing that.
So the school's working hard to retrieve the money, and then they're just trying to track where it all went.
So who's charging her? Her grandma?
Well, I mean, maybe the school, because it was done on the school stuff.
Oh, you know what? What if they have to charge her for insurance?
Could be.
Maybe the grandma wants her money back.
Like,
and
it
so that's the
has
only
to
way to do
be-
it. But that's a felony for a 14-year-old.
It's only a felony because of how much.
She's just a 14-year-old who doesn't have any friends.
Well, she
evidently.
should have known better. She's too old.
You can't buy friends.
So police are
apparently.
saying, and I guess we should check every day to check our own bags to see if we've been given any money.
Dang, this really tells you a lot about this girl that kids were willing to give up $500 to not be her friend.
Aww.
If you think about it that way.
Yeah.
That's a sad look.
She
at
needed
it.
more money.
Yeah.
The Riot. Radio U.
We've been on a little bit of a Bob Evans kick lately, haven't we?
You chose that for your birthday breakfast.
Why are you saying it like that?
Well, no, like it was weird.
You just made a face. You're like, you chose that.
Well, it's odd. I mean, I remember going a lot like with your parents, and you'd go have Bob Evans.
My parents took you to Bob Evans?
No, not only for your birthday. My parents would take it.
Okay.
And outside of that, like I didn't think that was in the running for your birthday breakfast, but you liked it.
But during the fundraiser, they gave us we got some breakfast from Bob Evans, and it was great. And so then when the other breakfast options were out there, and it's just like, are you really going to pick McDonald's over Bob Evans?
You went
when
with
Bob Evans is so good.
Got a party breakfast.
And it was great. And you commented, you're like, wow, this sausage is really great. You know what the secret to their great sausage is?
Was it love?
Yeah.
Kindness, caring.
It was
a love for the sausage.
all of that and thin blue rubber.
Ooh.
Yeah. That I have here that Bob
What pig
Evans.
does that come from?
Hey, you use every part of the pig.
You do.
Even the thin blue rubber you use to like wrap it up or something.
Is this an accident? Is there supposed to be
it sounds like it. The Bob Evans sausage, their pork sausage, they're recalling it about 7,500 pounds worth. If you have any Bob Evans pork sausage in your fridge or freezer that has a use or freeze by date of November 26th, then you may want to turn that back in because it has potentially been contaminated with rubber.
Interesting.
They say it may contain pieces of thin blue rubber, but joke's on them. I actually needed some thin blue rubber, so.
Are you deficient?
Yeah, in my diet.
You need it?
Also, I had a project, so that I need some thin blue rubber for.
They
so
say
it's probably a lot cheaper to get it in this than to actually go buy it.
Customers have been complaining about the blue rubber in the sausage, but there's been no reported injuries or reactions to the contamination.
Sounds like they're just a little ungrateful.
So you're supposed to just eat what you have and be thankful.
Enjoy the sausage and use that rubber while you can.
Yeah, there's this one, I think it's like a turkey sausage. It's not Bob Evans, but I get it at Costco.
Yeah.
And I would normally get the pork sausage, and it's like, well, let's try the turkey one or the chicken one and just have a little different alternative. And I remember every time I would have it, they have little chunks of these hard things in the sausage.
In the turkey and chicken sausage.
Yeah, like I even looked it up. I thought, well, maybe is this a bad batch or is it bones? Like, what are we putting in here? And I finally stopped. Like, it just took 2 bags for me to stop, and I couldn't even.
So you
eat
just
these
didn't
things.
like it. You kept getting it.
No, because it'd have these crunchy bits in it.
Did you figure out what those things are called?
No.
Gnurples.
What are they?
Gnurples.
They're what?
Gnurple.
Are you saying the N word? What word are you saying? What?
A gnurple.
What's a gnurple?
A gnurple is an unknown substance found while chewing meat or poultry. It could be gristle, ligaments, tendons, cartilage, or connective tissue.
Would that count? Because I promise you, like, this was so hard. Like, it could have just broken your teeth.
Yeah, you get those in sausage and hot dogs every once in a while.
But no blue rubber.
That tells you that it's real, that it's coming from an actual animal.
And it's a
Gnurple?
Gnurple.
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 Yeah, you never heard that before?
Nope.
Not even from me.
No.
I say it all the time.
You do not.
I do too.
No.
Yes, I do.
I don't think you do.
At least once a week, I say gnurple.
You do not.
Yes, I do.
I promise you. Then I don't listen to you.
Because I eat a lot of hot dogs and a bit of sausage. So naturally, I would be saying it's like, oh, got out of gnurple again.
No.
Yes, I do.
You don't. When am I around you when you're eating hot dogs?
That is true. I guess you're not always around.
Are you yelling it from your office?
Yeah, I do.
Like,
see? You hear it.
Like bingo? Gnurple.
Yeah, dang, another gnurple.
You are so weird.
That's the risk you take when you're eating sausage and hot dogs, but it's a risk worth taking.
All right, well, you just have to decide. But otherwise, they're asking you to throw it away. Don't eat it.
Yeah, don't eat the rubber.
Thanks for watching the worst of the riot. Since you made it this far, you might as well like, subscribe, and check out riot.radiou.com for even more riot.